It's always a good time to start a live stream and then immediately realize that, whoa, where am I? You know what I'm saying? I know you know what I'm saying, right, Luna? 5 minutes late? That's true. I guess that's true. What are you gonna do about it? Huh? You gonna do something about it? Yo, Luna, depending on like how many people I actually have here for this stream, Nova said he wouldn't be available. I could tell you an anime story. I could tell you like a real life story when I went hiking and I thought I was gonna die. I don't know, which one seems more interesting to you? You sure? Like, you sure that the anime story is the one you want, or you catching up still? You sure? I mean, it's okay if you're sure. I gotta be sure. I heard anime story. You seriously just want to hear the anime story? I guess that's on brand for you, right? You're like, I nearly die like every week. Who cares? No, you said you wanted the anime story. You were so excited. Which anime should I talk about? I've been watching a lot of different animes lately. I finished an anime recently because it was an older anime. Whatever, whatnot, right? I'm not sure if it's a good story though. Okay. All right. Fine. You pulled my leg on it. Fine. We'll start with the hiking story, especially since there's really not much to do here because I'm apparently updating the game for 28 gigabytes. All right. So I went on a hike on Saturday, as I am wont to do, especially lately because I have a new friend, Dario, who is a triathlete. And so he's also Serbian, so he's also a crazy motherfucker who's like, pain is what I want. I come to exercise, I want pain. Literally, we went to play disc golf, which is like throwing frisbees and stuff. And he was like, yeah, it was fun to be in nature, but it didn't hurt. And I'm like, yeah, that checks out. That checks out. Anyways, we're going on this hike, right? Last time we went on a hike, we did a 7-mile hike. It was like 2,500 feet elevation. And for those of you who don't know, that's a pretty significant incline. 7 miles is also pretty significant, and that took us about 3.5 hours. 3 hours and 20 minutes. We did it pretty quickly. I think I had maybe a little bit of weight, like 20 pounds or something. I say a little bit, but that seems like a normal amount. But that one felt all right. I definitely felt like the bottom of my feet were like that. I could feel it, but I could definitely go for more. You know, I'm strong enough, and I like hiking, and I work out at the gym. I don't know if I flex for the camera enough times for that, right? But this time, we had planned to go on a 10-mile hike. Because right near the top of the peak of where we got to last time, we saw a sign that said Mount Wilson Toll Road, 1.5 miles, right? So I'm like, 1.5 forward and back, that's an extra 3 miles. That'll be a great addition, right? So you go from 7 miles to 10 miles. It's a bit of a stretch. But I'm like, you know, one of the goals that I have for the year is I want to climb to the top of Mount Wilson, which is a 15-mile journey. 15 miles over 5,000 foot elevation, which 5,000 feet, I don't know if you remember, is almost a mile. A mile, right? So it's like a mile elevation, 15 miles. It says it's supposed to take like 9 to 10 hours. I expect for me it'll probably take like 8 based on my speed, and my dad's going to come join me. I can't walk that far. Dude, dude, the incline is also pretty intense. My father's an Iron Man, so he's like, yeah, I'll just come and join you for that 15 mile. It'll be easy. Like, he legit is not going to train for it, and he might suffer a bit. But anyways, we're going for the 10 mile last Saturday, right? And we're supposed to have 2 other people with us, and they bail, of course, last minute, as everyone is wont to do these days, except for Dario, because he's like, yeah, I want to go to the hike. Let's go to the hike, yeah. And we go on this 10-mile thing. And basically, most of the first part is pretty standard. I'm going up to Jones Peak, etc. Hey, what's up, Crazy? How you doing?
Hey. Yeah, not bad, thanks. Yourself?
You know, I'm doing all right. I was just telling a story about this hike I did recently that was so freaking hard I thought I was going to die. You want to hear? I'm still updating Payday 3.
Tell me.
But yeah, to give you like the catch up on it, but basically it's I've previously done a 7-mile hike, 2,500 square feet. I know this is in freedom units, but it's relative. I'm sure you can figure that out. 2,500 is about half a mile elevation, whatever that is in metric. But anyways, 7-mile hike, 2,500 is fairly doable for me. I had a bit of weight on me because I like to train with weight so I can go for less time. That took about 3.5 hours. That's a pretty good hike, pretty good incline. And on last Saturday, I went with my friend Dario, who's a triathlete. Oof. And he is a Serbian guy, so he's like, it doesn't hurt, I don't care. You know, like, I want it to hurt. He's that kind of guy. And so we're going for this 10-mile hike. And as soon as we get to the part where I have to take a left rather than a right, which goes up to the peak, we're in new territory. And let me tell you, this new territory, this new path, it fucking sucks. It is just bushwhacking. Like, my shins after I was done looked like I had a tan of dirt on them because we were just running into bushes for a long stretch of this journey. And it was just bushwhacking where I couldn't even really see the trail, but I could see the trail in the distance beyond me. And I'm like, I guess that's the trail over there. Like, we just go this way. I have pictures of it. Hold on, let me pull up the pictures. We can see better here. It's actually here on this thing, right? And let me tell you, the view was insane because it was a really low-hanging cloud day where when we got above the clouds, literally looked like paradise. It was really low-hanging clouds, middle of the day, all sunny. The entire city was basically cloudy and darkness, but when you got above the clouds, you should look at the stream if you're not. It looked crazy. Like, this is real. We were literally above the clouds. It looked like we're in heaven. It was insane, the view that we got when we got up there. Hey, Caboose, what's up?
That guy just looked like all legs.
That guy's the Serbian guy, the Dario guy. But look at this view!
He just looks like all legs, but that looks
Look
crazy.
at this view with the clouds!
With all legs?
It's a guy I've been doing some hikes with. Caboose, look at the stream. The clouds are insane. I did a hike where I'm literally above the clouds, and it looked like I was in heaven. It looks like somebody photoshopped the clouds in because this does not seem real. And of course, you know, there I am flexing. I'm all legs too. I don't know if you know. But it was crazy because like normally the city will look like this, right? With no clouds, because by the time we came back around there was no clouds. That's what this kind of view, well, this is a little lower, but this is the kind of view that you can expect. The clouds made it insane. It was gorgeous. Anyways, we're going up. We're bushwhacking, right? Let me just. I'm still updating Payday. That's why we're. Oh, this is.
Oh, you're the bushwhacker.
Yeah. So basically, we're walking past bushes, and the bushes are just slamming into my shins the whole time we're going across. But like, we were also on a ridge, right? So we could see.
Are you above the clouds?
Yes. The clouds were so low hanging that day. When we got to this height, we were literally above the clouds. Below the clouds, it was like dark.
Dude, that's fucking cool.
That is the coolest, right?
That's fucking cool. That's so cool.
It looks photoshopped, right?
It looks like a bunch of foam.
Yeah. That's the view we had. It was so cool. I have a video, I'm sure, here somewhere, but...
Was it just you running between the dark and the below and above the clouds?
No, getting below and above the clouds would take like 30 minutes.
Oh.
Yeah, so I have a video here, right here. But yeah, so we were bushwhacking at some point. This is not the bushwhack. This is right after the bushwhack, where it's just like, this is real. Like, we're actually looking at clouds below us, and it looks like heaven. It was crazy. But yeah, so after a certain point of bushwhacking, we were walking along this ridge. The fluffy clouds on the left, and the rest of the mountain on the right, where we could see down. So we could see down on both sides, really. We even heard some rattlesnakes along the way, took some pictures, and we get to this slope that's like clearly too steep to actually climb. I'm sure I have it. It's so steep that we can't climb that at some point there was a literal rope that we had to use to climb up this steep. And let me tell you, the like few meters before the rope was so hard to climb that I'm like, I'm actually scared and I'm slipping, and if I shift my weight at all, I feel like I'm gonna start sliding and I can't stop. Like, it legit. And I'm a pretty brave guy in general, and that was like, I don't think we should keep going. I don't know how do we get back down. And because of that, we couldn't turn back because this was about the turn back point. Again, we're going for like a 10-mile hike, which is still pretty hard. And at that point, also, there was a ton of bugs. You can see Dario slapping the bugs. It was really funny.
I can't fucking...
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But
what is wrong with my computer? I can't play games, I swear, with 2 monitors anymore. The game just is like, nope, your main monitor is going to go black.
Oh, that's too bad. Anyways, we get up this slope, and we're like, he's like, well, we can't go back because I really don't want to do that. I'm like, I agree. And he's like, what about this route over here? It's a 12-mile journey instead of 10 miles, and it will go down another part of the mountain instead. And I'm like, I don't want to go that much because we'd only gone 4 miles by this point. So we had another 8 miles. And at that point, I'm already a bit in pain. Generally, the pain is on the surface of my feet and the lower back, right? My quads very rarely have a lot of pain because I train my quads a lot. And at this point, it was getting to start to be a little bit of pain. And I'm like, I really don't want to do all that extra journey. And he's like, oh, it's only another 400 feet elevation to the 6-mile point. And I'm like, oh, that's actually not bad. At that point, we had already done 3,000 foot, 3,500 elevation. So I'm like, another 400 should be fine. At that point, we had so many bugs on us. It was ridiculous. Like, literally, here's a picture of me trying to swap bugs off of me. At some point, Dario was like, yeah, you have like 40 bugs around you. I want to be clear. There are certain genes that make you more attractive to certain bugs, including mosquitoes. I am one of those people. Both with flies and mosquitoes.
It depends on blood type with mosquitoes.
Everybody says that. No. Everybody says that. It's actually based on a certain set of 4 genes.
Oh.
But either way, it's the same premise, right? Some reason I'm more attracted to mosquitoes. When I go out, I'm always getting bitten by mosquitoes more than other people, and that's because of those genes. It seems like something in my sweat is sweeter smelling to flies because the flies are all over me too.
It's the pheromone.
Whatever it is, but I'm that guy. This is my plight in life. And I'm just like, if I just keep going fast forward, they can't get on my face. And I have this little stick that I'm like flicking left and right. You can actually see the stick in my hand. There were like 6 or 7 sticks along the way. It's a very thin stick that can flick over my shoulder. I'm just like, keep going and ignore them. And Dario's like, dude, there's like 40 flies on you right now. I'm going to take a few meters back from you. And so we go around the long way. At this point, I'm actually like starting to lose it. Like I have a few moments where my brain kind of phases out and I like lose a little bit of balance. And at some point we find the turn past the 6-mile point that we have to start going down. And then in the down area, it feels like we're in a jungle, like in a forest, like a totally different area. This looks like we're on the top of like heaven and like more desert terrain. And we get into this forest, like this picture here, where there's just like trees and stuff all around us and a very well-maintained path that's not bushwhacking. And at that point, we ran out of water. We're halfway into the journey on the way back, and we've run out of water. My God. I didn't realize that I would drink more than 70 fluid ounces on this journey, but I did. And I had sunscreen and no hat that day, so take that as you will.
Okay, I think I fixed it.
It was a warm day.
When we were going down the mountain tends to be a little bit harder on the knees. This is kind of like mid-level on the clouds, by the way. It tends to be hard on the knees, but I'm actually fairly good at going downhill. Like just basically hopping down the mountain. It's like almost running, but it doesn't take a lot of energy. It just takes a lot of concentration.
Yeah.
And so I start feeling better, especially since we saw some hikers along the way and we literally asked them for water. And like multiple people have to give us water. If we didn't ask for any water, we'd be kind of screwed. At some point, we find like water. We have to cross over water. And Dario's like, I'm going to go get some water and drink it because this is mountain spring water. And he takes a whole bottle of water and he ended up drinking that over the journey. And I'm like, nah, I'm not drinking that.
I would have boiled it first.
Well, we don't have the tools for that.
What did you have on you?
We had food, empty bottles of water, phone.
What you do is you take the food, okay, and then you put it underneath. If you just rub it together enough. What kind of food do you have? Because if you had the right food, you can start the fire and then
we weren't camping in the middle of nowhere.
No, I'm just making some shit up. Just work with me here. Yes, and with me. God damn it.
No fire. Let me finish my story.
No.
Shit, I mean, I don't know what to say about that. Yeah, we're going down, and then we realize in the path that he chose, there's actually another uphill. We're going down the mountain, but we're on the east side of the mountain, and we started on the west side. So we need to do another set of uphill, like 500 to 1,000 more feet uphill, that we then have to go downhill again to then get over the top and then back down the other side. I kid you not, I had pain in muscles I didn't even know I had. Like on the side of, just below the knee on the left side of the calf, there's a muscle there that's for like stabilization or something. I didn't even know that was a muscle, but that shit was in pain. And not only that, my glutes and my quads were in pain. And I want to be very clear, my glutes and quads are almost never in pain from walking and hiking. It's always the lower back or the surface of my feet. When those are in pain, that is fucked. Again, no water. We're going down the west side of the mountain because it's, you know, the sun's coming down. That's actually the hot side of the mountain because the sun is setting in the west. And I'm literally just going, I hope we pass people so I can steal the water from them. Like, seriously. And I'm hopping and just limping down the mountain. By the time I got down to the bottom, it was 7 hours and 2 minutes of hiking.
A total hike? Oh, shit.
And on the app, it says it normally takes 8 to 9 hours. So we were going at a fast pace. In my opinion, that was one of the hardest, like, let's say top 5 hardest things I've ever done in my life.
What would
relative
you say,
to my ability. Not the most impressive, but the most difficult for the experience.
what would you say is one of the most impressive things you've done? Oh shit! Hold on! Don't tell me the story. Don't tell me.
Okay.
Okay. Hello.
Hi.
Okay. Now tell me. Sorry, my audio, the cable in my headset's breaking, so occasionally my audio drops out.
Sure. Let me just finish the story real quick. I'm starting at Payday. We got to the bottom, and I want to be clear again. Dario is very much the crazy Serbian guy who's like, let's go for more. Let's go for more. When he got to the bottom, he was very much a lot more quiet than he was usually, because usually he's talking a lot. And we got to the bottom, he's like, that was nice. Thank you. Never again.
Hey, bro, please, bro, look at me, bro.
And well, he agrees. Like, that was what he was looking for, that amount of pain and difficulty. But he's definitely like, we should definitely do something easier next time. When you get a Serbian guy to be like, next time let's do something a little easier so we can like rest and then we come back to the hard thing, that means some hard shit was had.
Yeah,
But yeah, that's my hiking story. It was one of the hardest things I've ever done, behind the 5-day backpacking trip, which was more overall impressive, like over the 5 days. But this hike that I'm described was definitely more in a smaller space of time. Yeah. What's the most depressing thing I've ever had in my life? The moment? I mean, the first thing that comes to mind was like the end of my YouTube channel. I mean, that's the most recent thing. But it happened over a long period of time. Like, I knew it was over for like over a year. So I'm like, because YouTube and being Dychronic was a huge part of my identity that I did for 11 years. Part of what gave me passion and the reason to get better social skills and to do things was because I was building this dream. And so it was highly depressing to be like, well, who am I? What am I going to do? Do I do a regular 9 to 5? What does that make me? I've come to better terms over some time, but that was one of my more depressing things. I don't know if that's lame.
my most depressing thing.
Are you able to join, by the way, guys? Or
Yeah, I have a 3-monitor setup finally.
he's trying to brag.
Well, to be fair, one of them is a dumpster monitor, and the other one was meant for Nick.
You found it in a dumpster or in front of one?
Well, in front of a dumpster. But yeah, I mean, for the last like 3-4 years, I have been using 3 to 3.5 years. I've been using a dumpster monitor in general.
Okay.
Like, it's using my second monitor. I've been using the same monitor, my main monitor, since 6 years ago.
Nice. Do I have you added? Okay. I was gonna say.
I think I just sent you a request.
I'm like, I thought I had you added. Maybe I added you in something else? Either way, I added you.
Maybe Helldivers, I think.
Yeah.
I think we played that
I
one.
want to play some Helldivers.
Sure. Yeah.
Sure.
You guys are able to join then?
Uh-huh.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, it would be nice if I could just join without having to.
Yeah, stop hurting yourself, Luna. If you want to really hurt yourself, go on that 7-hour hike. Holy fuck. It's made me realize the 15-mile goal that I have is pretty freaking safe. Although, to be fair, the one we're going to go on, we're going to avoid that really steep part in bushwhacking, and we're going to go along the nicely taken care of jungle trail. So
I'd say bring
more
some
water.
I would say bring some supplies. Like, you never know if you're going to be like, well, we're going. Fuck, dude, I just need to, like, lay down for a second. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I do want to do it in one go, and bringing supplies is heavy. You have to carry, and even 20 pounds is hard.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, there's a few things you can bring that aren't terrible. Like, if you want to start a fire, a magnesium strip, it's something you can just carry in your pocket. And all you need is a magnesium strip and, like, a knife. And all you do is just scrape it, and it will spark up like crazy.
Yeah, could do. I mean, so basic lighter is not going to be a big deal, but it is one of those things that I do want to do on one day, and my dad will be with me. And you know,
your dad would totally be like, let's do it.
Like, literally, he would be like, let's do it with no training.
Yeah.
Although, to be fair, my dad has done multiple Ironman, and that backpacking trip that
if
we
there's
did,
anybody in this world that I know that could do that, it's your dad.
Yeah, but when we went on
like,
the
your dad is
trip,
crazy.
He said the backpacking trip was harder than the Ironmans he's done. That being said, he basically didn't train for the 5-day, 40-mile backpacking trip, which is obviously ridiculous, even for him.
Why did we cycle around again?
What are you talking about?
Who's your default character, Crazy?
Oh. No, Dallas.
So why am I Wolf? Why is Dychronic Pearl? And why are you Chains?
I don't know. I don't question these things.
You don't like Pearl?
Okay, well. So you want to do louder stuff?
I'm loud, boys.
Okay. I'm a loud boy.